Hello everybody, how are you doing? It's your boy Snake Martin and I'm back with another video for you. Today I'm going to be talking about my first impressions as a Nintendo Switch 2 owner. Now let me tell you how I came to buy this. Now, me and my friend Sutton, who was on our Christmas videos, we were talking about Duskbloods. Duskbloods is a From Software game that is going to be exclusive to the Switch 2. We were very, very excited about it and we were thinking, oh, maybe we will make the plunge at some point. So I started looking up Switch 2s. Now they're very expensive if you're buying this brand new, and I did not do that. And I recommend actually not to buy this brand new. I think there are so many Switch 2s that need good homes that want to be played already, and you will get a bargain, just like I did. Now, I got my Nintendo Switch 2 with all the gubbins, with all the controllers, everything like that, with a Pro controller for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is amazing, by the way. I got it with Donkey Kong Bonanza, I got it with Animal Crossing, and I got it with Pokemon Violet. Now, I owned Pokemon Scarlet, not Violet, and I owned Animal Crossing. So I sold those games to CEX and got the voucher value for them. Sold my old watch that I used to wear, which got me a big chunk of change, and I actually traded them in so I could get Pokemon ZA and Mario Kart World. So for £425 minus my old watch that I don't use anymore, I got Mario Kart World, Pokemon ZA, Donkey Kong Bonanza, a Pro controller, and a Nintendo Switch 2 for £425. If you were going to buy that in the shop, that's probably like £650 to £700 worth of buying that brand new. So I am ecstatic with the deal that I got. I'm really happy with it. Now, how do I feel playing it? I think I probably played this machine for about 10 hours. So it's very early doors for me, and that's why this is more like a first impression video. And I am really enjoying it. This is the Switch 1. First of all, for me, I am surprised at how much bigger this is. It doesn't look that much bigger, but I can hide the Switch 1 behind the Switch 2 perfectly. So it is considerably smaller than the original Switch. And let me tell you, this feels like a toy. This feels premium. This feels like a real console compared to this. And I know there are years and years of development and things like that between this and this. And I understand that, but honestly, I think Nintendo have really hit it out the park with this one being a premium console. It feels premium, it looks really good. Even things like the back kickstand, like that it's this nice big U looking thing. Shout out to the Wii U owners, which I think it kind of feels like a nod to it. It is really blimmin' nice. Very thin, almost insanely thin, and also to a fault, and I'll get into that soon. I am enjoying this console a lot. There are oversights that I think Nintendo did, especially with things like comfort. Now, I have come into this as a Steam Deck user. I love my Steam Deck. Now, is this Switch 2 going to replace my Steam Deck? I will tell you outright that it will not. But there are things that the Steam Deck has done that has made me question what the heck Nintendo is thinking. First of all, this is an all-in-one unit, right? It's stuck together, there's no pulling anything off. While the Switch 2, you can pull off the Joy-Cons in a really satisfying way with these magnets, by the way. Loving that. And it's very satisfying to get that click when you put them on, by the way. But they sacrificed a lot for that, you know, being able to play two-player things, pass this to your friends for comfort. Now, this console isn't comfy in the same ways that the Switch 1 to me wasn't comfy. However, the Switch 1, weirdly, I think felt more comfortable than the Switch 2. The Joy-Cons on this are really rounded and they just feel nice. It's also kind of small to the point where you are kind of doing this with your hands, but it fits very nicely. And I haven't got very big hands. This digs in. Like, I don't know if you can see this, but there's like a sharp groove here and on this side, and it is not comfy. Like, it just doesn't feel good. It sits in your hands quite sharply, and it's just not good. There's these like little nubbin bits on the bottom that your fingers kind of get stuck to, and they kind of feel nice, but they also kind of irritate me a little bit. So if I'm honest, as a comfort thing, this doesn't feel great to hold. It really doesn't. But for the low price of about £7 on Amazon, that can all be fixed with a lovely little grip. Put this on and it's night and day. Honestly, it feels so much better. Everything that I've just said has been fixed. Literally fixed for £7. And it just makes me think, like, why don't Nintendo think about these things? Why do they not value comfort so people can play their consoles for long periods of time without having to shell out this? Same with this, the Joy-Con grip just feels weird. It's so much bigger that it feels odd playing on this. However, this I would say is a must buy. If you are going to be playing your Switch 2 on a TV, oh my God, buy the Pro 2 controller. It is one of the nicest controllers I've used in years. Honestly, it is so comfortable. Everything about this controller feels insane. It's got back buttons on, which is new. It feels so good. Like, these aren't like trigger pull things. They're just buttons, and everything about this feels so good. So good, in fact, that I have actually wanted to play this on my TV way more. The fact that this is a 4K capable console while this was 1080p, I used to hate plugging this in. 4K had been out for a while when the Switch 1 came out, and I always thought it was weird that it didn't do that. Even just having like the menus felt odd to me, but this feels fantastic. It feels so nice to see on the big screen. When you play this as well, the screen is fantastic. It's such an upgrade. Even compared to the Steam Deck, I think this is one of the nicest screens going. So it does make you want to play in handheld, but genuinely, that machine is amazing to see on a big screen. Seeing stuff like Mario in really, really sharp lines, beautiful colors on a big screen, it's just really, really nice. And I think Nintendo has been stopping us from having that for so long. It's nice that they've actually caught up with a lot of the other consoles of this generation. Now, I have hammered this game that I bought, Pokemon Pokopia. I've been playing it quite a lot. It's probably the game I played the most. I've dabbled a little bit on Mario Kart. And the games themselves feel really fun. They don't feel anything more than a current gen game of today. They actually probably feel very PS4-like as well. They're not doing anything crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, they feel almost last gen. But I think the Switch 1 was so behind that I could never imagine playing these types of things on a Switch 1 without having issues or lag or, FPS drops, things like that. They play really nice on the Switch 2. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really excited to have one, is to play Switch 1 games in a nice state where the Switch 2 just boosts them. Some of them you have to pay for like the upgrade, but it makes it way better apparently. Others are just kind of built in. It just plays a bit better because the console's stronger, I'm excited to be able to play that back catalogue of the Switch, which I've never really dabbled with because I just didn't like my Switch 1. I played it briefly in like the first year it came out and then never really went back to it. I've just thought, this is fine. I can do other things when I'm traveling, or I have a PlayStation 4 at the time, I'll play that. And yeah, I honestly though, I do think the Switch 2 is a beautiful, beautiful console. If you can get one on offer, I'd say buy it, but equally know what you're getting. Now, you will always have a better gaming experience, I think, if you're into graphics, FPS, stuff like that, just in general with a PS5 or an Xbox or a PC. But this does give you that whole, you can go from screen to handheld experience. And for some people, not caring much about graphics and on handheld, to be honest, FPS I think doesn't matter as much. I think if you get 30 on a handheld, it feels faster for some reason. And it will be a good time for anyone like that. I'm thinking like people that have bought Resi Requiem. If you buy it on the Switch 2, you're gonna have a great time. But graphically and stuff, you will have a better time of it on a PS5 Pro or a PS5 or an Xbox, whatever. Is this going to change my life? Well, no, not at all. Do I need one? Absolutely not, no. I wanted one to play the back catalogue of Switch games. At the minute, these days, I don't have as much time to play games as I would like. I'm so busy with training for a London marathon and just filling up all of my time. That weirdly, playing games in bed on my Steam Deck is probably the only time I actually get on a game that isn't streaming. So I actually wanted this to play games that I haven't played before. On the Steam Deck, I seem to play a lot of games that I've played already, like old games from the PS3 and stuff that were released on PC. With this, I want to play that Nintendo catalog that I haven't played before and I've missed. And this will help me do that, but this is exclusively for me going to be a Nintendo machine. It will be the games I buy the Marios on, the Donkey Kongs, the Pokemon, to be honest. And that is all it'll be. It'll also be for Duskbloods, for sure. I don't see it changing my life massively, but I am happy that I got it. If I paid full price for this and just got it with like Mario Kart for 425 quid, I think I'd be a bit sad. But because I had such a good deal, I'm really happy. I don't see me losing value in this, even if I end up selling it, which I don't see myself doing. I don't think I'm going to lose much money because of the deal that I got. There's rumors that the Switch 2 is going to go up in price, so I actually kind of think it would be better to buy sooner rather than later. But again, buy it secondhand off a really reputable website or in a shop where you know you've got good guarantee as well. But I would say you'll get your best value on things like Vinted, on things like eBay, stuff like that, where you are protected as a seller. And that is the best way, I think, to buy the Switch 2 at the moment. You will get a good deal on there with lots of games, accessories, stuff like that. And these consoles are like 6 months old. There's nothing to worry about with them breaking right now unless there's some sort of crazy thing like Red Ring of Death with Switch 2s that we just haven't unsurfaced yet. But so far, it feels pretty normal and it feels very stable and I'm enjoying it. So I will do a full-on review of this machine when I've played it a little bit more, and I'll give updates, I think, throughout the year on how much I play it, if I play it at all, and yeah, we'll get to it. But I am very excited to get to grips with this machine, but I'm very excited that I bought that grip because this is horrible to hold for long periods of time, and I haven't got big hands. So if you've got big hands, God help you. But yeah, so that's my kind of first little impressions of the Switch 2, and I recommend it currently. I think if you buy one, it's going to be a fun time, but just do me a favor and get a good deal if you do. Now, have you got a Switch 2 out there, and are you still playing yours? Did you buy it on release? I'd love to know, so let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody, and toodaloo.